Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? I want to wish everybody Cinco de Mayo. Today, anybody know what Cinco de Mayo means? Well, it means it's the 5th of May. That's the Spanish term for 5th of May. All right, so does anybody know why they celebrate that or why we celebrate it? It's the Mexican army defeated the French. All right, and do you realize how many people the Mexican army only had 4,000 and the French had 8,000, and they actually defeated them. And truthfully, they don't even celebrate this in Mexico. It got it's a marketing thing for here. So in other words, they're making money off of celebrating it as like a holiday here. So of course, one of the things they do is have different kinds of Mexican foods and beverages. So today, I figured we'd do some Mexican food. We'd do some enchiladas and some Mexican rice today. So that was the plan for today. So I did a little bit of prep ahead of time so I wouldn't be doing everything and spend a lot of time so we can get rolling on this. So the first thing I'm gonna start is getting the rice going. So with the rice, you wanna take the oil, that's 3 ounces of oil, I already put it in the pot, and you're gonna heat that up. And then you're gonna put 2 cups of rice. I already measured the rice also. So what you're doing is you're actually browning the rice into the oil. So you're gonna put that in, get this nice and hot, and it's gonna start browning, so you gotta stir it around. And then you're just gonna add, I actually have carrots and some onions and a little cilantro. But it called for, it didn't call for the carrots. I just like putting that in there. So we're gonna put the rice in here, and just gonna let that cook, and just gonna have to keep stirring it up, keeping an eye on it. So we'll keep coming back to that, and like I said, we'll get that cooking, browning, and we're gonna add our carrots, our onion, which is already here, and our cilantro. And then we have some chicken broth set up that'll be added to it, and we got some seasoning, cumin, and some salt in there, and some fresh garlic also. So as that's going, we're going to start working on the chicken enchiladas. So the chicken enchiladas is going to be basically, I have it already cooked, and it's shredded chicken, all right, and an onion. Half an onion chopped. Now this is only going to be a portion for like 2 people, so I didn't really make the full portion here. So, but I do have a recipe that you guys will see tomorrow on our worksheet. So anyway, the onions are here. They're pre-cooked already. Gonna get them going. Gonna add our chicken to that. Now we're just gonna cook that. And like I said, it's already cooked, so it doesn't need a lot of cooking. And keep stirring this rice. And I have sauce already here ready too, and I seasoned that up a little bit. Little chili powder, cumin, onion powder, garlic powder, and this has a little bit of seasoning. I just use regular tomato sauce actually, and I just season it up with that stuff. All right, so we're gonna make sure our chicken's nice and low. And I'm actually gonna stir that around. Like I said, this doesn't really take too long to cook. I'm probably gonna just do a portion in a Pyrex dish like this. So the next thing, we're cooking the chicken. We have the onions, and it says you're gonna add sour cream to it. So I already pre-cooked or pre-measured the sour cream. I'm gonna add that. It says a 1/4 cup. I put it in a dry cup measure. Figure it's the easiest way. And we're gonna stir that, get that going. You can see it's making a nice little mixture in there. rice. Get that going. I'm gonna crank it up a little bit because you want the rice to get to brown off a little bit. Now to the chicken we can add some seasoning. So again, I already have the seasoning prepared. It also says to add some of the cheese to it and melt the cheese. We're gonna add the cheese to that, melt that down. And that cheese will melt right on there. You can see how it's all coming together, making its own like cheese sauce almost. Alright, so we have all that going, and then we can start putting our seasoning in there. So our seasoning again is going to be the chili powder. It's going to be chili powder and some garlic, some minced garlic in there, so we can put that in. And I have the chili powder over here. Minced garlic, chili powder. Sprinkle a little bit of that in because it's not as much as I need. It said a teaspoon of that, but I really don't need all that. And then we're going to put some sauce in that also. So I'm just going to spoon a little bit of the sauce right in. And I don't like a lot of the sauce because I'm going to put the sauce on top. So I'm just going to just a little bit in there. You can see that's already cooked nice. I'm actually going to shut that off because it really doesn't need to cook that much more. I have my tortillas here, so I'm just using corn tortillas. Put them in. I just like to warm them up a little bit. 350, not even 5 minutes. So we have all that ready, and then I'm going to get a plate so we can roll them out on. Once they're out, we'll start rolling them up. And I like actually putting a little cheese inside of them also. For our rice. I'm going to put a little bit of sauce in my Pyrex dish so it doesn't stick, and if you want you could put a little oil on top of that also, but I don't think you'll need it. Just gonna put some spoons of this in there, coat the bottom. And I'm gonna take these out one at a time. We're just gonna, on the plate, we're gonna spoon some of this mixture in. And you don't want to overfill because you have to roll it. So right about that much is good. And then we're gonna roll it. And what I like to do is put the seam part down so it sits like that. And then we'll do another one. Like I said, it's just enough for like 2 right here. Actually, I'm going to try to make 3 because I'm going to try to get 1 more out of that. Rolling it. And then truthfully for that, that's going to be enough in that. And then, of course, you want to cover it. Some more sauce. And then really the last step of this is just throwing your cheese on. And then you'd be baking it. So really that's it for the enchiladas. It's very easy. Like I said, I had a lot of stuff set up ahead of time. So that was pretty easy. So I'm just gonna head over there because I gotta get my rice caught up. So the rice, what I'm gonna do now with that is I'm getting it brown. I'm gonna actually start adding some of the vegetables to it and cooking them in. So I have my carrots, my chopped cilantro, and I'm gonna mix that in. And you can see the rice is starting to brown on the bottom. And that's what you want to have. You hear that sizzling? I have to crank it up a little bit more. Let that cook. And then I'm actually gonna add the garlic to that too pretty soon. Get that going. And you could also get peas. Some people add the peas to this. And then I have some seasoning to add to this. Add some of this cumin and some salt. Add it in there. And then you want to measure the, like with the rice, you want to make sure you measure the liquid correct. So it was 2 cups of rice, so I had 3.5 cups of chicken broth, which I just actually used canned, and I add a little bit of chicken base for a little bit more flavor. And then it wants to have a cup of tomato sauce, so we'll just add that to that, and we'll get that set up. So we have our cup of tomatoes, 3.5 of our chicken broth, and really the last step is just basically adding the liquid to that. Once it browns, and cover and let it simmer, and you're going to simmer for about 20-25 minutes. All right, first you bring it to a boil, and then you simmer. In other words, you turn the heat down. So I'm just waiting for this to brown up a little bit more. And you want this covered also. When you're simmering it, you want to cover this. We'll have that ready. You can see it's starting to, color's starting to change on it, so it won't be too much longer. And we'll add our broth. And our tomato sauce. And that'll be it. Then we're just going to let that simmer. So once we add this, that'll probably be it for today, because it's going to take 20 minutes, and I'm not going to sit there and talk to you guys for 20-25 minutes. So we're going to add the broth. I'm going to crank it up just to get that to a boil. And then I'm going to add the tomato sauce. And that's it. We just wait for it to come to a boil. We cover it. We reduce the heat to simmer it. And then we just cook it for 25 minutes. You'd have to stir it though too, because it can burn on the bottom. So every once in a while you want to check that, uncover it and stir it around so you don't burn the bottom. All right, so everyone have a happy Cinco de Mayo. Or Mayo? Cinco de Mayo, not Mayo. It does look like Mayo. But anyway, so everyone have a good fifth, all right, and enjoy. And we will talk to you guys soon. Thank you.